Welcome to the Autism Infocast. I'm Peter Clark, founder and chairman of the Autism Info Center. Our podcasts delve into every part of autism and neurodiversity, and we want to help you spread understanding, respect, and kindness for those whose lives are affected. Whether you're autistic yourself, or whether you know or care for someone who's autistic, or maybe you just come into contact with autistic people in everyday life. Either way, please feel free to check out our hundreds of articles, videos, books, and training courses at autisminfocenter.org. And I'll leave you now in the capable hands of today's hosts, Jemima and Theo. Over to you.
Today we're talking about navigating a world that, let's face it, isn't always built with everyone's needs in mind. It's really about that feeling of taking back some control, shaping your own experience. And today we're getting practical. We're looking at self-management strategies, specifically for autistic individuals, ways to build a more fulfilling life. We're drawing on a really comprehensive guide for this podcast, basically offering a toolkit of techniques you can actually use. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah. And the core idea, the absolute foundation, is that you are the expert on your own autistic experience. You really are. Nobody else knows your specific strengths, your needs, your passions, your challenges like you do. You're the authority. So the whole point of these strategies is helping you conserve that precious energy, cut down on stress, and just generally boost your well-being. It's about figuring out how to live comfortably, authentically, even when the world doesn't quite, match your neurology.
Right. So if that's the starting point, you're the expert. Where do you begin? The guide really hammers home self-awareness as the first step. But what does that actually mean for someone listening? How do you start building that foundation?
Well, it means taking some real time to understand your unique autistic profile. Not just vaguely thinking about it, but actively identifying things. Your specific strengths, yes, but also your needs. And those particular trigger situations, sounds, whatever, that reliably cause stress for you. You need to look at a few key areas. First, your sensory profile. Are you really sensitive to fluorescent lights, maybe? Or perhaps you need more sensory input, like strong textures, to feel grounded. What sights, sounds, smells overwhelm you? And just as importantly, what helps you feel calm, regulated?
Okay, so mapping out that sensory landscape. What else?
Then triggers. Really pinpointing what situations or events consistently cause anxiety or overload. It's not always one big thing. Sometimes it's lots of small things building up,
Yeah, that makes sense.
A really practical way to spot these is journaling, maybe just for a week or two. Note when you feel stressed or overwhelmed and what was happening right before. Patterns often emerge. We also need to talk about social energy. People often call it a social battery.
Right, I've heard that analogy.
And it's not just about feeling tired. It's often about the sheer cognitive effort involved processing cues, figuring out unspoken rules, maybe masking.
That constant processing takes a toll.
Exactly. So understanding how much interaction you can handle before feeling totally drained. Is it 5 minutes of intense chat? 10 minutes in a crowd? Knowing your personal limit is key.
That's really specific.
It needs to be. And finally, executive functioning. Things like planning, getting organized, starting tasks. Where do you shine? Maybe you have incredible focus on things you love, and where do you struggle? Maybe switching tasks is hard, or just getting started on something big.
Understanding that whole personal operating system then, that feels like the essential first step.
It really is the bedrock.
Okay, so once you have that baseline understanding, the guide jumps right into a common challenge: sensory overload. And the approach isn't just grit your teeth and bear it, is it? It's much more proactive. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Absolutely. It's about shaping your environment. One really powerful strategy is creating your own sensory toolkit. Not just random stuff, but a small portable kit with things help you in overwhelming moments.
What kind of things go in there?
Well, it depends on your profile, right?
Yeah.
Maybe noise-canceling headphones or even discrete earplugs. Sunglasses or specific tinted glasses for bright lights. And a favorite fidget toy. Something with a texture or movement that you find calming, grounding.
Something you can use discreetly if needed.
Precisely. Another big one is actually scheduling sensory breaks, building quiet time into your day, especially before or after something demanding like a big shop or a party.
So planning for recovery?
Yes. Giving your nervous system a chance to rest and reset. It's not lazy, it's essential maintenance. And at home, creating a safe space, a sensory sanctuary, your go-to retreat when things feel like too much.
Customizing it, I guess?
Totally. Calming lighting, comfy textures you like, minimal clutter, whatever makes your system feel safe and calm.
That shift to being proactive, taking control of the environment, that feels really empowering instead of just reacting all the time.
It's a huge shift in perspective. Agency is key.
Now, related to sensory issues, anxiety often comes up. It's a very common experience for autistic people, right?
Yeah.
Often linked to sensory stuff or social uncertainties. What about managing anxiety when it hits, like right in the moment?
Yeah, very common. And there are some excellent in-the-moment techniques. Grounding techniques are fantastic for pulling your mind back from anxious spirals.
Yeah.
The 5-4-3-2-1 method is widely used. You deliberately notice 5 things you can see. Really focus on them. 4 things you can physically feel: the chair, your clothes, the ground. 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. It forces your attention back to the present, to your senses.
Anchoring yourself in the physical world.
Exactly. Simple, slow, deep breathing is also incredibly powerful. It directly signals to your nervous system to calm down.
Just basic deep breaths.
Yep, slow in, slow out, nothing fancy needed. And mindfulness, just paying attention to the present moment without judging it. There are tons of apps and guided exercises for that now, which can be really helpful starting out. What's fascinating here is how these seemingly simple techniques can have such a profound effect on managing that immediate feeling of overwhelm.
They sound very accessible, which is great. Tools you can use anywhere.
Okay, so that's for managing immediate spikes. What about those ongoing challenges with, say, executive functioning, planning, organizing, starting tasks, tackling big projects, or just the daily to-do list?
Right, that's a big area. The key insight here is often about using external tools to support your brain's management system. Don't try to do it all internally. Offloading the mental work.
Exactly. Like, don't try to keep all your tasks and deadlines just in your head. That's exhausting and often leads to overwhelm. Use planners, apps, calendars, whatever works for you. Physical planner, digital apps, phone reminders for appointments. Get it out of your head and into a system.
Makes sense. Reduces that cognitive load.
Hugely. Also, breaking down big tasks. This is critical. A huge project can feel impossible. But if you break it into a list of small, concrete, sequential steps, suddenly it feels manageable. You have a clear path. It helps so much with getting started.
Tackling it bit by bit.
And visual timers can be brilliant too. They help manage time and focus. Set it for, say, 20 minutes. Work on the task just for that time. Seeing the time visually helps you start and know there's an end point to that focus burst.
So it's shifting from internal struggle to relying on external supports. That must feel like a relief.
For many people, it's genuinely liberating, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about social situations. We know they can be stressful, demanding. How does the guide suggest preparing for and navigating those?
Preparation is definitely key. One huge aspect is managing your social energy. That social battery idea again. Recognize that interactions deplete it, and you need alone time to recharge. And crucially, learn your specific limits.
And not feeling bad about those limits?
Absolutely not. It's okay to leave early. It's okay to say no to an invitation if you know you don't have the capacity. Protecting your energy is vital self-care.
That's a powerful message.
Another really practical tip. Have an exit plan. Before you go into a potentially tricky social event, know how you can leave gracefully if you need to. Just knowing you can leave often reduces the anxiety of being there in the first place.
Having that escape route planned out.
Yeah. And for actually building connections, the guide really highlights connecting through shared interests, joining clubs, groups, online communities based on your passions. It provides a natural structure.
So the focus isn't just on socializing, but on the shared activity.
Exactly. It gives a built-in topic, a shared focus, which can make interactions feel much less forced and more comfortable, more organic. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's all about giving you more control over how and when you engage socially, rather than feeling pressured or avoiding it completely.
What a fantastic range of strategies we've covered. It really drives home that self-management is this ongoing process, isn't it? Learning about yourself, building that personalized toolkit. These techniques feel genuinely empowering, offering real ways to make life feel more comfortable, more authentic.
They really can be. And just an important point to add, while these strategies are great, it's also completely okay to seek professional support. There's no shame in that. If you're struggling with your mental health, talking to your GP, or finding a therapist who understands autism, that can be an incredibly valuable step too.
Absolutely. A crucial reminder. So ultimately, it's about understanding your own unique wiring and then consciously using these kinds of strategies to manage things, to really design a life that works for you, one that feels comfortable, authentic, and, well, fulfilling. Thanks for listening to this Autism Infocast from the autisminfocenter.org.
Thank you, Jemima and Theo. I'm sure we've all learned something there today. Don't forget to visit autisminfocenter.org to hear our other episodes, browse our library of articles, see our inspiring range of books, watch our videos about autism and neurodiversity, and find out about training courses that can help you or your organization make the world a safer, happier, and more meaningful place for us all. If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, please feel free to spread the word about Autism Info Center. A quick mention on your socials is always appreciated. Until next time, this is Peter Clark from autisminfocenter.org. Have a great day.